Hello, welcome back. It is
the final.
It is the final. I am
game number 10.
Game 10, the very final one. Let's get rid of this dice cam a sec.
Remember, kids, if you're playing eXe-Wing, your games don't count till you hit double digits.
So for those of you in the UK who are at home and you're awake, what are you doing? It's way past your bedtime. If anyone's in the States, hello, welcome. We are the final of the UK Kirton Games Southwest Regional. We have Luke Pearce on the left with Commonwealth Defenders. For those of you who are not familiar with Commonwealth Defenders, it is a Palpatine bill. His Palpatine bill's got collision detectors because zero cost, why not? He's also running Ryad.
Very nice.
With push.
Standard Ryad, push limit.
Push limit, tie eXe-7.
Tie eXe-7.
And Juke. Wired.
Those are all EPTs. I believe she's probably running push the limit and not the others.
Juke and eXe-7 and Vestry.
I'll return momentarily.
Apologies, but it is, for those of you who aren't in the UK, it is 12:30 in the morning. We have been up an awful long time. So it's Vestry with Juke and tie eXe-7. It's Ryad with tie eXe-7, push limits, and twin ion engines.
So this is the kind of the standard build, but it is an excellent build as well. And obviously you've got to fly it well to get to this point. So fair play to Luke.
Luke has been flying it well, and we've got Andy Cameron on stream again, who was on for the semi-final with his what's referred to online as Palpatine. So that is Fenn with Attanni Mindlink, Autothrusters, the Concord Dawn Protector title, Manaroo with Mindlink, and then the Asajj Ventress with Attanni Mindlink and Latts Razzi.
So of course, Attanni Mindlink here really helping play into that Juke.
Yes, a lovely way to slightly counter the abilities of Juke.
Yep. And Andy Cameron here set up as he did in the last game against against Mike's kind of hybrid mid-PS Rebel medley. He's yet to name, but we'll get that name one day, I'm sure. You know, I like seeing they return to the days of the X-Men with big water dogs, bloody daggers.
So we've got an interesting
Gator
setup here. So it looks very much on for the joust. So Manaroo facing forward this time.
Of course, eXe-7 defenders being excellent jousting machines.
Yes.
I haven't seen, there's a chap, there was a major juggler online, there's a lot of stats on that. I haven't seen the stats, I'm sure they're much better than mine. But yeah, eXe-7 defenders, excellent jousters, especially with Palpatine there, just to really kind of deal with those blankouts, both on offense and defense.
Yeah, so we have almost seen an exact mirror of Andy's opening from the semi-final. Just this time, the Shadowcaster hasn't gone balls out straight forward.
Yeah.
So a bit more conservative. However, Fenn is going to try and come in a bit quicker, give himself a bit more versatility as to options for next round.
Fenn really angling in for that side shot.
Yeah.
I mean, defenders, they're easy to predict most of the time. They've got such a powerful K-turn, but just because it's predictable doesn't make it a bad move.
No. And it has with the added ability of it being white, and if it's Ryad.
Though I have seen people, when they're tired, and we are talking game 10 now, when they want the K, they'll put a 4K in, forget that it's white, doesn't find the ability off. Luke, obviously excellent player. I doubt we'll see any such slip-ups today.
So for those not familiar with the FFG tournament rules, so standard rounds are 75 minutes. However, because we are in the finals, thankfully, it is no longer timed. I still remember being at one wonderful store championship where the final, after 6 rounds of the top 16, went on for 4 hours.
Top 16 at store champs?
Top 16 at store champs. So the final went on for 4 hours.
I can imagine there were some subtle bribes being offered there just to
so
pack it in.
thankfully they've changed it now. It's still it is on the time limit, but they do get 2 hours as opposed to the 1 hour and 15 minutes.
So we're not seeing. I believe there's no engage round 1 here.
So no engagement.
Of course, Andy Cameron able to control the range there. Still out of turn, as we saw last game. Lost a few shields off the bat, though he did pull it back and get quite a decisive win. Now we see the new templates being used. These orange 2016, 2017?
2017 regionals, yeah.
Yeah, 2017.
So these are down. They were down as 17, I believe.
2017 regional templates.
Because the world will be 17.
Yeah.
So this new thing they've gone with their across the board.
Yeah.
Anything in their 17 tournament team just has the 17 badge on it.
But alas, they still won't let me play Armada and eXe-Wing at the same time.
No. Works well for me because I'm predominantly an eXe-Wing and Game of Thrones LCG player, so works out okay for me, but just becomes incredibly expensive because it's now 2 weekends.
Of course, we're looking soon at the Rune Wars release.
I'm actually quite intrigued by that.
Yeah.
It's an interesting system.
Dial system they've learned from eXe-Wing, but applying to formation combat, it could be interesting.
It's a dual dial system as well, so you have an order and then a modification to it.
Ooh. James, the broadcast we are watching has ended.
Sorry?
Broadcast
Sorry?
is broken.
What's he got?
Oh, do you have to? Do you have to pay the hamster?
It's still streaming, I think. Tim's on it. It says you're still streaming. It will warn you if you weren't. Tim's on it.
On a pay-as-you-go 4G meter.
Ooh.
Well, unfortunately, the ports are blocked here. Can't look at anything.
Got a shout from Fix. What's that? Oh crap! I was meant to pick up stuff.
Yeah, it's alright. It's on the front.
Oh, that's what I said.
Luke and a Jabber, I believe, and a mat. Luke and a Jabber and a mat.
Yeah.
Right, I'll get the mat.
I did point out to him that I'm not going to be in Bristol for like a week. But you get it for butt. He said do it anyway.
So professional, the stream.
They're going to come back and it'll be like nothing left on the board. We're like, yeah, so she got real.
I think if they're dedicated enough to stay awake for this, they'll probably stick around.
Who won? Kai, who won the seasonal kit?
That was now.
So, not one of us. Me, Sam, and Ventress dropped up the bottom after everyone else dropped out. Who is terrible.
Yeah, and Sam, what's his name? Sam lost 2 games with Manaroo.
The guys played in the last round had Fenn, Talonbane, and Zuckus in the G1A.
Oh, I saw that.
Fenn and Talonbane rolled up and did 15 hits. 16 hits, sorry. 5, 10, savage.
Oh, we are missing quite a bit of action.
Yeah, 15, 16 hits.
So we'll come back and hit it hard when it gets back up. Get it with the bombast.
That last game I did three times.
To be fair, still won it. You're always you expect all of the results to happen at least, right? Yeah. So if someone can roll up a defender at range 1 with spirits and snow tokens, fine. You expect all of them to get hit with attacks and this won't happen. But it's happened 3 times over 3 rounds of shooting. Sorry, over 2 rounds of shooting.
I think that's how Liam felt about it.
It's just very engaging. Shitty area. Both defenders touching the side. Both stressed.
Both got stressed.
Yeah, I don't know. Just shot on the shot.
How do they get stressed? Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, alright. Which is such a good one of them, but...
Come on.
Oh, Anthony. Push limit?
Of course, yeah. Me down.
I know, but we're going to do.
We can't be all as try hard as you, so...
Yeah, my T65s. It's just the saddest of times. Yeah, it's down. Fix confirm.
Play-by-play on the Twitch comments.
Yeah, feed's gone completely now. James, feed's gone completely now. We don't even have chat.
One game everyone wants to see.
I know, right? Yeah.
What a time to fall over.
Yeah, it's crashed for some reason. It's still recording. It says it's streaming, I don't understand.
Well, presumably that's still sending, and it's just the provider's putting a block on it or something.
No, I don't understand. You're still on, you can still record and we can put it up later. It's a bit disappointing. Tim's trying to fix it, but
The Manny's got a crit on it. Shaking pilot.
So Manaroo, they're taking a shaking pilot crit.
Back streaming again.
it's recording, but it's not streaming, you don't think?
Oh, we'll keep the chat on just to
Keep the chat on and we'll try and get it fixed.
yeah, just so without the overlay. So yeah, a bit of a break there where we are trying to sort out with a dodgy connection. And of course, if you're watching the recording of this, that won't matter to you. Double stress there. Question was, how did that happen on defenders? Of course, one of them was pushed the limit, and the other one got hit with the Asajj ability. So Vestry there with the stress, which of course he cannot clear if he wants to get the 4K turn in. Did you say Manaroo's had a crit?
Yeah, Manaroo's lost all of her shields and is shaken, so no straight manoeuvres in the next planning
That's
phase.
5 damage on Manaroo right out the gate. It's that strong combination. Of course, Manaroo, passing off her focus, she actually only ends up on one focus herself. So if you have Ryad shoot her and Juke come in, off Vestry of course getting his free target locks if Ryad's got the target lock on. Very powerful.
Andy is in a good position here to get both Asajj and Fenn in on the shuttle, though. Probably unchallenged by the defenders this time.
Yeah, that shuttle is looking very, very sad back there. But of course the shuttle gets surprising distance on it. It's got that 3 bank available. Can take a lot of players by surprise.
Yeah, you throw a 3 bank in there, you've probably blocked one of them.
Yeah. And of course, blocking one of them, that's half the firepower gone.
Yeah.
Ideally, you block Fenn.
Yeah, in a perfect world you get both,
But we'll,
we rarely live in a perfect world.
again, as I suspect the players can probably hear us, so I'll keep the pondering as the potential moves down to a minimum. So there is a reason why we're commentating, and Luke and Andy are playing in the final.
We're scrubs.
We did not get good.
I don't know, you got some of them sweet, sweet dice.
I'm not complaining.
So you definitely rank higher than us two.
I'm not, oh yeah, they are very, very nice.
At this one tournament.
Oh, not everyone can be as good as you at Friday night.
Long time thinking, but the players, of course, with the 2-hour time limit, have the ability to take the extra time to make sure the final is as well thought out as possible.
Yes. So we are back to the planning phase. So given that Andy's got a potential run on Palp, given this position, do you fly Palp straight forward? Go for a 3 bank.
Well, we're saying we're trying not to give them too many ideas, but
I'm speaking in hushed tones.
I think it's definitely a strong gamble either way.
I don't think you can sit there with Palp and just hope that he doesn't go for you. You've got to be aggressive.
Yeah. And yeah, we see that big swing coming in there. Luke Pearce making a big, and we were saying like that 3 bang does catch people out, but of course it does give them a stress. But you got one jealousy.
But then saying that, Asajj can stay where he is.
Yeah, Asajj could force the bump here.
You know, goes for that 1 forward, stays where he is, gets Manaroo out of dodge.
Yeah.
He's fairly safe from that 3 turn.
Manaroo popping away here.
From Vestry because of the rock.
Yeah.
Barrel roll out. Probably not going to want to barrel roll anyway because he wants to get the mind link.
Yeah,
and
there we
then
go. Manaroo disengaging from the combat zone.
If he guesses this right,
I think
a one bank, 2 bank barrel roll, Fenn roll, range 1 out of arc.
Could be good.
I think the strongest player.
We could potentially see Palp taken off the board in 1 round of shooting.
Yeah.
I still think the strongest play here for the defenders is the K-turn. If Asajj does go for that bump,
I think this is why I mean, obviously it's a good list, very interesting ships, and very thematic as well. Anyone who used to play the old computer games, love seeing defenders around. Gunboats would be nice, but we won't get too much into that.
Yep, so you called it. So 3K there for Ryad.
So as we were saying, it's a predictable move, but that does not make it bad.
yeah, I mean, I've played a lot of Palp defenders, and even though you've seen the 4K time after time after time, if you can't block it and you can't get something in a position to take advantage of it, it's still a fantastic move, even if you know it's coming. You pay the points for having it on the dial. It's well worth using. Looks like a 3 forward with Vestry there. He's not done the K-turn there. He's clearing the stress.
That's pretty sensible, I think. It's you thought maybe he'd have the chance to clear it next turn anyway.
He's got Juke.
But you don't want to get left without. You don't want to get left without focus, though.
True.
You suddenly leave the option open for a lot of damage getting through.
Yeah.
Oh, and Asajj here. Oh, did Andy predict that 3 bank?
That 5K.
That's a. This is a big play here. We'll have to see what's going on with it. And the marker comes in.
That'll be a 5 forward. Change the arc to rearwards.
Streaming?
Disconnected.
Where does it say that?
So yeah, it's gone for the 5 forward. Keeps it white. Changes arc to the rear.
Boom.
Pop out the stress. Oh, we
strong.
might potentially be back online. Are we back online? Are we back online? Are we back online? Apparently we're streaming. I'm not quite sure. Not quite yet. Might take a minute.
So we see Fenn coming here. Doesn't look like Fenn bumped there, so he's going to get his target lock.
Yeah,
Looks like he's going to get range 1 shot by the shuttle here. So there's a strong play by Luke there with the 3 bank, but Andy Cameron calling it excellently. And then he's going to take range 1 off Fenn and off of Asajj. So it's not a good place for the Palpatine to be, but gets away from this point.
There's a strong possibility we'll see Palp go away here. There's a lot of dice to try and soak.
Can you tell Luke it's still not showing his life? James even. So only got 3 hits from Fenn Rao there.
It's not ideal. I mean, really, statistically, you're looking for more than that.
So he pouts 1 and he takes 2 shields.
So
we are back online.
sorry for the break, ladies and gentlemen. We went down for a moment there. So to fill you in on what's happened in the joust there, we had Ryad and Vestry come forwards, take their full smattering of tokens. So you got target lock on Ryad, which of course Vestry can use himself, and get their focus tokens. Also getting a block on Asajj. Asajj putting her stress onto Vestry. So we were looking at in contact with Asajj, both the defenders, stress on each. We managed to get a crit through onto Manaroo. And so Manaroo is broken from the combat here. Vestry took a straight forwards to clear his stress. Ryad, of course, with his green case coming back around. Very interesting play in that Pearce through a 3-bank, which is a red manoeuvre, going for the block. Andy Cameron called it that was with the shuttle. Andy Cameron calling it, going 5 straight with Asajj and a Lancer, rotating his arc to the rear to get that range 1 shot out the rear and put more stress on that shuttle. Fenn coming in for the range 1 shot as well. Shuttle still alive, shooting back now into Fenn Rao.
The shuttle has taken a crit damage sensor array, so they won't be able to perform any actions on this next turn.
So it's just shuttle bleeding heavily, but still with 4 hit points left. So will still draw some fire. 2 hit points left.
And just seeing there as well is Fenn looking like he managed to evade that range 1. So being in that little sweet spot that he likes, still with tokens. But for those of you that stayed on and kept with us being back online, although you've missed a few juicy turns of play, we have been assured that the Kirton Games guys have got this on record, so it will be up on YouTube in the coming weeks for you to watch back. So apologies again for the dropout, but we are now back online and we are now re-streaming, so happy days.
Happy days indeed. And we've got a small audience here looking on. Members of the 186th and co sitting back watching the screen. There's some closer in lookers on. And
So the dedicated few, there are some very, very weary looking eyes. That's my data spike from sitting on Twitch all day. A pin drop. I feel like I'm at the Crucible, and we're just sat away in a cubbyhole, commentating on a few frames of snooker.
you can see the players here taking a sip of water as they await their opponent to choose their dials. Both players locked in a intense concentration, knowing that
Andy's eyeing up the edge of the table, looking for a cannon.
Good.
Cannon onto the black into the top corner.
good 10 games of eXe-Wing have come down to this. The defining moment of their weekend.
Yeah, day 2 of the one-day event.
We're going to thank people for their messages who are listening. I'm glad that some people are appreciating the finesse of these lists at the end here.
I've enjoyed jumping on and jumping on the stream, but I very much want my bed now.
It's only, an hour and a bit drive away?
Hour and 40.
For once, I'm on the right side of Bristol for an event. It's quite nice.
I might be doing 150 up the M5 to get back even quicker.
For any law enforcement officers listening, that was a joke. And for any kids listening,
Yes, it was a joke.
that was also a joke. Also,
Drive sensibly, drive safely. Not looking forward to the 2 hours of sleep I'm going to get before my baby wakes me up and I have to take it out swimming tomorrow.
it's a casual I have a family card there from Liam.
It's a great excuse. It's the best excuse. I have the best excuses.
I don't have a baby, but I do have work tomorrow. And
I
these players will have their memories of a hard-fought day.
And I'm going to enjoy my nice long lion.
Screw you.
I get one a week. I won't have to enjoy it.
My last line was 8 months ago, before my baby was born. I'm not bitter. I love it. I love him dearly.
You do bring these things upon yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, seeing now here the defenders break apart somewhat from each other. So as we saw in the last game, we've had that initial come together, and now it's spreading out. And it's the true test of the players now to see who can bring their lists back together in such a way to take their opponent apart. It's very interesting to see actually you've got so many different styles of movement on the mat here. Manaroo with the barrel roll, nothing else like it on the board. The Lancer going fast, that straight 5. The Shuttle with the dials of old, where large ships moved as they should. And Fenn, of course, getting those tight ones and a post maneuver modification.
We're going to see a three turn there. Yeah.
Swing the arc back around.
Swing it back round. And we could potentially be seeing. He's not going to be able to get Fenn around, but hopefully Asajj should do it. Hard one. He could get a nice. He could see himself getting a nice tasty range one.
Are they locked? There we go. So we'll see. I think we'll see some of the manoeuvrability of the fan come into play here.
I mean, he could take
he's opted. He has opted for the talent roll.
Oh, very nice.
I think it's a fairly safe play. The Shuttle's obviously not going to be threatening. Vestry isn't. And
yeah, Fenn looking
it's a ballsy call to zip Ryad off.
So
Fenn looking very predatory right there.
So got to get Palpatine off. It's funny how fickle the internet is. I still remember when Palpatine was spoiled, and the internet lost their bleep about how crap the card was. It's 8 points.
Overcosted.
It's so overcosted. It's not going to be that great. It's never going to see play. And yet you see some of the same crowds going now that Palp is completely OP. It should be huge ship only.
And big 5-die hit coming in there from Fenn Rao. Ryad going to struggle. So Palpatine there. No, that'll be the Shuttle. For those of you wondering what the dark shapes you can see on screen are, Luke has got Lego minifigures, which I believe is a technical term for what I would call Lego figures, attached to the stems of his ships.
And that is Palpatine done for this game.
Yep, but of course the defenders so self-sufficient with that X7 title. I mean, with Palpatine on the board, you really can't get anything through against them at all.
No, you're lucky to get anything.
Yeah, that was a needed play by Andy there. He'll be happy to see it gone.
Can Luke trade the Shuttle out for Manaroo?
So we have just approaching a quarter of the way through this final match. Ooh, so a hit and a crit on Manaroo. That is... Oh,
double damage going through.
Double damage on Manaroo.
There we
does
get
that leave Manaroo on 1 hit point?
So Manaroo has got...
This could be a massive if you can keep him on the board for one more turn.
Range here with a focus though. It's not undoable.
Is Manaroo left with 1 hit point left?
I'm confused by what's happening here. Okay. So I believe they're checking parallel lines.
Parallel lines.
So for those of you who aren't aware, if ships are perfectly parallel, and obviously perfectly is very tricky to define this situation, the attacker may choose at which point that attack occurs. So confirmation there that because there's an angle, there is actually rocking away. So it's been Manaroo on 4 dice. There's a lot of symbols coming up there. So looks like Manaroo will get to.
He's safe.
Yeah, Manaroo gets to live on
Stays on
turn.
the board for another turn. That's That's big. If he can tie those defenders up for another turn.
It's a big shift there.
No, so this now puts Luke into a bit of a tricky situation. Does he commit both of them?
And
But then he's got Fenn Rau coming up behind, or does he gamble that he can take it on one and then have Countess face to face? It's a bit of a.
I think we're really going to see the PS9 post move modifications coming in here hugely. The amount of control Andy gets with that, but
So this could be a very big swing turn.
Yeah.
The advantage he's got is Fenn is stressed from that T-roll, so he can come out the gate as a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And still have his actions.
And of course, you can't see it properly on screen here unless you're looking really closely. Just above Manaroo, you can see there was a rock there. And this is the one that obstructed the shot from Ryad. So Ryad does not have, it looks like, straightforward as an option. Just for those of you at home who are watching.
I think he probably can't afford to leave Manaroo dancing around with 1 point. It's just passing tokens across. He has to confirm the kill. But doing it's not going to be easy.
But doing that does leave you again. It does leave you open. I mean,
Yeah.
so Asajj can then swing in. Fenn Rau, you don't want to leave Fenn Rau sat behind you.
No.
I think it's one of the big strengths of Andy's list there is you've got so many options in how you dice them. But you don't have so many things that you forget your triggers.
That, you might be able to. Can't quite see because of the rock. Might see a bit in a minute.
So you can see that rock clearly now, quite a dominant rock.
Just about 3k turn.
So Andy here, barrel rolling away.
But then that rock does feed quite nicely. So if he hits a 3 bank with Vestry,
Now for the
it's
interesting
going to
play.
stick him in between those two.
So there's a 3 bank coming in here from Ryad. So that will get her the 3 evade token.
Yep, gets a 3 evade, but still, that's still.
Unless Fenn's done something very strange, it's going to be a range 1.
You can still see Fenn range 3. Now do you see that? These are very good players. So there's a lot of what ifs there.
Well, I think
if he's going in or sees that and goes in for the turn,
it's one of the nice points about defenders is you can take a hit.
Yeah.
It's where different from the old interceptors.
It's threes across the board. They can be forgiven.
Especially it's so easy.
Especially when you get that free evade. That free evade makes such a difference.
Well, we're seeing so many 5-die attacks nowadays. 4 5-die attack is a lot more common than it used to be.
Yeah. And both these defenders are untouched, aren't they?
I will double check.
I can't imagine they've lost much. I think Andy really did focus down that shuttle. The fact that Andy moves 2 of his ships after the defenders is huge here as well.
Yeah.
We were saying earlier about the PS difference.
So both defenders are completely untouched.
Yeah.
So he can afford a slip up.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 ways of looking at that. There's you can afford, you can use your shields offensively. Is that 2 bank right? Yeah.
The 2 banks clears that stress.
Just pops that range 1.
He's now in that range 1.
But there's no focus yet across the listers there. So here we see the focus come in. Obviously Fenn wanting focus and target lock.
Doesn't.
But he'll just have to settle for the focus this
Doesn't
round.
get the target lock because he had to barrel roll to keep Manaroo.
And I think he had to rotate Asajj's turret there, possibly.
Yep. So he traded off Manaroo onto Asajj.
Okay.
Given the stress.
So it's possible switch hit there coming. So if you can
given the stress, so if he can keep Manaroo alive,
So here he comes in the Fenn.
he can clear out.
Fenn shot with 4 damage. It looks to be 3 icons. So it looks like Ryad can soak all of that.
Evade, focus.
So that's 2 shields lost.
2 shields.
2 shields gone. Getting fooled by the light glare off the dice.
Ooh. Vestry doesn't get a shot. That's big.
That's
For those of you wondering why we're talking so quietly, it's quite quiet here. We're trying our best not to disrupt the game, and we are sat fairly close.
So we've gone from being in top 16, where there was still about 100 people around, hanging around. We're probably down to about a crowd of about 20. Everyone's huddled around, watching either on one of the.
We've got the hard guy. I can see Alex Bird, the 186.
So we're just trying to keep some hushed tone, so we don't exactly give anybody some secrets. So Manaroo lives. So
Manaroo checking it for another turn. This Manaroo just won't go down. And Manaroo firing back. And there's a bit of a blank out there. But no, the fourth line getting rolled in.
Manaroo's alive. He can keep that Mindlink train going, and he's now in that position where.
And he's losing shields. Fenn's there just popping hits in.
He said that's going to be a turning point. You know, if you can't finish it off, even on one hole, he's now in that position where Manaroo can bug out.
Yeah.
You know, as we said in the previous games, you know, good players, good lists. You know, you can have a great net list, and you can flight terribly and be down in the bottom game 6.
Well,
or you can be a good player with a good list.
I saw.
know when to bug out, spread your damage, keep 3 ships alive.
I saw a few players raging at how they had lost 3 games and they still had to play Paratani. But you it was you, yes.
It was me, yes.
But something we used to see with U-boats as well. You'd see half of the bottom, half of the top.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to people that understand how to run the list.
Yeah, the list will only get you so far. If you still can't fly it to any really skill, it's not going to pull the same way.
You know, a mediocre player with a very good list can win.
Yeah. I think this is
some of the time, most of the time.
It's the strongest evidence I saw for.
With good lists can win the vast majority of their games.
Oh, we've seen it with both these players today.
Something we used to see a lot with U-boats was people would place consistently higher than they used to before they started running it. I think that was the first warning sign. But
yeah, I mean, a part of that can just be
Luke's now got to be
the style.
Luke's now got to be very, very careful because he's. He's if he gets too focused on Manaroo now, Fenn is going to run rings.
Luke's in a horrible position right now.
This is very much
no matter
horrible kill box.
And this is I mean, Andy's done very well to set this up. I mean, no matter where Luke goes, he's almost certainly going to be picking up Asajj stress. He's going to have Fenn coming in behind, and he's really going to have to reach if he wants Manaroo. I think this is going to be a big turn for Luke.
Yeah, so
he needs those green dice to play ball. If ever there was time to pray to the dice gods.
He needs positive trade.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't see an evade token going now. Was that a 2 forward there?
It was only a 2 forward. What looks at that.
It's a bold play. Maybe he's hoping that Fenn overcooks it. Goes 3.
Yeah.
Oh.
Interesting. Question is, where's Asajj going? Probably right in that gap that's just opened up.
So pushing the limit there to get the focus on.
It is a risk doing those slow manoeuvres with the X7 and not getting your evade token, but it can be quite valuable. A lot of people just don't see it.
Okay. So we're seeing the 4 straightforwards there from Vestry, not the 5. Obviously there was. So yeah, having been muted by Mr. Yates there, you saw the 4 straightforward of Vestry there, not going for the 5. So there was the chance that Manaroo would pop left. Interesting play here with Asajj. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Fenn.
It does somewhat limit where Manaroo can go next turn to leave Asajj a chance to actually get out of the corner. Assuming she actually lives through this round. But yeah, I think it's all about where Fenn comes in.
Yeah, Luke needs to So here we go. We could have got the bump there.
Oh wow.
And that's a strong play by Luke Pearce there, taking the 2 forwards off the defender into the barrel roll back, taking the range 1 shot away from Fenn. So get a bump there as well. Yes, excellent play there by Luke.
And I'm pretty certain that angle Fenn won't even have a shot against Vestry.
Yeah.
Goes to show why these two are in the final match. We look at a play and wonder what's going on, and yeah, he's predicted Fenn's move perfectly.
So yeah, slight nudge there by Andy on defender, but quickly corrected, and both players happy with final position.
That's easily done, especially at this point in the day.
Well, these mats are excellent mats by Kirton. Really, especially this mat. I really like the this Scarif mat, but they are a tad slippy for some of the bases.
I'm definitely considering adding some rubber basing into the bottom of my
Oh yeah.
ship bases just to give them a bit more grip on some of these, because they are gorgeous mats.
Oh yes. So here we go. Vestry with the shot. But of course, Fowler's attack, get a free target lock from Ryad. That's there we're looking at. So yeah. Manaroo manages to roll the fence again. Again, taking another round.
I think she moved the target lock along with
Of
the
course.
another ship. The target locks on Manaroo are so
That's a
infuriating.
good wish. Good wish on Vestry. I mean, looking at it on paper, Andy's list has got all the arts defenders. It's got the stress. It's got the constant damage output.
Yeah.
It's got damage mitigation. It's got the blocker with Manaroo. The fact that if they target lock Manaroo, get away. And the synergy is so good between.
Yeah,
Ryad.
there's very few times when locking Manaroo does anything other than waste your action. It's a shot into Asajj there from Ryad.
And Luke Pearce really needing that Manaroo to go down hard. A number of turns ago now, but he's hanging on with some excellent play. Seeing that 2 forwards off a defender.
And Vestry surviving unscathed from Manaroo's return fire. The 2 dice turret just not cutting it.
No.
Range 3 against token stack defender. There's a reason we're not seeing many TIE swarms in the meta at the moment.
Apologies, Dom.
They still look really cool.
Oh yeah.
It's just punching the damage through.
I do wish a cool looking list gave you a bonus, but alas, this isn't War Machine. There are no theme lists. It's just the purity of the 100-point dogfight.
Much easier to lean over. So now Manaroo's trapped in the corner. I think Luke's got a bit of a better position here. Asajj is relatively limited in where she can go. You still have Fenn behind you, which isn't ideal. But you can play around that.
It'll be very interesting to see the play out between Ryad and Fenn this round. Andy Cameron with a very sing-song focus call there. Clearly enjoyed the game.
That man is far too alert. He has no right to be that alert.
He does have inhuman tolerance for just keeping on playing. He just doesn't seem to have fatigue in him at all.
So
2 forward off Ryad.
that's 2 forward with Ryad.
Excellent play. So of course, the issue here being
Can he,
that
can
if
he
two
barrel
ships,
left?
there is the rule that 2 ships touching, they both perform the same move. There's no one touching, so if Fenn does a 2 forwards here,
That is
he
assuming
won't be
they're parallel.
touching. It's assuming they're parallel.
And they weren't. 'cause
If they're
of the
not,
hit on
if they're not parallel, then Fenn will be moving short distance relative to the straight line anyway. So, okay. So this should keep Ryad safe from Fenn, but of course she's currently tokenless until she. And there we see the focus evade. Sorry, the push for the focus.
The Fang doesn't have a 1 bank, does it? It only has 1 turn.
It has 1 turns and everything else is fast. Interesting. Okay.
I wonder if he's that trying to keep the range away from Fenn now.
So
Predicting a turn in from Fenn.
it's interesting to see from this angle, but it looks very borderline as to whether Vestry has a shot on Manaroo.
No, there's no shot from Vestry at the moment, just looking over. Interesting, I've got an excellent vantage point on the actual board itself to judge that. Oh, so yeah, here we see the barrel roll coming in here.
Yeah, I think you have to take that. You desperately has to get this kill confirmed. 2 ships on target makes it far more likely.
Andy Cameron here, possibly going. So he's not going to get the double stress on Ryad. He's got himself in a bit of a corner here, but it looks like it's potentially a bump. They're going to go for the accurate measure. Will it come down to the nubs?
He's made it.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed.
So focuses with Asajj.
Yeah, mobile firing arc on Asajj currently pointing out her left side, so that is going to get a stress on Vestry. Ooh. Now for the Fenn shot. So Fenn here on the overshoot, but that will give him option on the range 1 on Vestry. There's a big switch hit coming here. Vestry, range 1 of both Asajj and Fenn.
It's not a place you want to be.
Okay, so beginning of combat, I will transfer stress to Ventress.
So Vestry getting the stress off of Asajj's ability there.
Focus. So,
And Manaroo passing off a focus to Fenn, reclaiming it through Attanni Mindlink. And the Fenn roll comes in.
3 hits.
Ooh.
And that's 3 hits.
He does have an evade token. He's going to need to spend it.
Yep. But no damage is no damage.
I think they were 2 eyeballs, mate. So that's 2 shields.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So he's
I need a better zoom for these
and
dice.
he's going to take potentially.
So it's a range 2 then, is it, off the...
Manaroo lives again.
Manaroo soaking damage, nothing else. It's almost a shame in some ways that Manaroo's taking it.
So only 2 damage.
So I believe, can you just check? I think that was a damage that went through.
Yeah, that's a damage card into Vestry now.
So it's Vestry on two whole left. I have to say it's
And he's
not
stressed.
not to detract from Andy Cameron, but it would be nice to see Manaroo go. She's soaking well above her weight at the
Oh,
moment.
God, yeah. I mean,
I think Luke weighing up the benefits of the range one into the back of Fenn there.
That's a very tricky
I
call.
was thinking that tricky call. What'd you do? You got one hole.
The focus though.
Manaroo coming off is going to be huge. Fenrir's 3 dice for the focus.
Four dice range one.
Focus.
So four with focus. He should by rights get 1 damage through, but is that worth it at this point in the game?
No, so Fenrir's got 3 dice for focus.
Plus
So
one for range
It's 1 for range one.
that's one for range one.
Yeah.
So 4.
So it's because he needs Manaroo off, but it's range 3.
Andy Cameron playing.
That looks like range 3.
Fair play to Andy. He's playing a very good range game with that Manaroo. He's working hard, and he's getting the rewards for it.
Problem you've got is it's you get these situations where you always find yourself questioning. You roll into Fenn and roll all hits.
Oh, there we go.
The range into Fenn.
That's a Fenn shot, isn't it?
That is 4.
4 hits. Fenn with a decent roll.
So Fenn takes 2 damage.
So
Oh,
no, he appears to be fine.
you had an explosion and it was null. So 2 damage on Fenn.
So it's a bold call that go for Fenn.
I think as I was starting to say, it's one of those you can roll 4 dice on Fenn and then roll 4 hits.
Yeah.
You know. But then
This is the Manaroo shot.
Think if you go for that. So
Manaroo just rolling 2 crits there.
Andy Cameron, excellent swordsmanship, congratulating his opponent on a strong defence roll where there's potential there for the killing of Vestry by Manaroo. No, which would be that would be that'd been a lot of salt in a wound right there.
and Andy having the audacity to say the Vestry just won't go down.
Yeah.
So,
I think.
given how we are at the moment, so Manaroo moves first,
Yeah.
then we have Ryad,
Yeah.
then we have Vestry.
Yes.
Which puts Vess in a pretty poor
So it
spot.
puts Vestry in a pretty poor position. He's not going to be able to get the turn he needs with Ryad to focus on Fenrir.
He's stressed.
As much as you want to
He's not
turn
clearing
him
that
into
this
the
turn.
corner.
It'll be very interesting to see what Andy does with Manaroo this turn.
Does he potentially lick his wounds, go for the straightforward just to clear the stress? But then he's
I think you got Fenn right behind you.
You need shots.
He's- I think I know what move I'd dial in there. I'll wait until they've set.
Wait till they knock him in, but
does this attempt bolts Manaroo off?
I don't know. There's 2 options for Manaroo here. Manaroo can either try and 3 really. She can try and slip through. She can go for raw speed, or she can try and she's running her luck. But if you can, as you were saying before,
Go ballsy, go cockblock Ryad.
if you can block Ryad, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Get the gun out of position.
Yeah,
That's a gun not on.
that's the key.
And again, we said it before. You know, spreading the damage.
Yeah.
It just puts more pressure on your opponent.
I'm sure.
Because they're throwing all this dice, all this damage out, and he's still got full effectiveness.
Yeah. And Andy probably quite happy there to take a few hits on Fenn.
Yeah. I think it's probably a fairly solid trade there. I mean, okay, you got a crit through, but unless it's something like damage engines for red hard turns, Fenn doesn't care that much.
What was the crit?
It was a major that didn't go off.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So we've got Vestry on 2 hole left. How is Ryad looking?
I think she
Just to refresh ourselves.
She's got at least 2, probably 3 shields on her.
yeah.
It's hard to know.
Sarge hasn't really been touched, has he?
No, well, Asajj got such strong soak. I think Luke's done well to leave her. But of course, if she's by herself in the end game, she can soak too. It gets nasty.
Soak
Well,
2.
the initial engagement had both defenders in contact with Asajj. They didn't have a choice of shooting them.
When you get to that end game, he's managing to whittle down. Even if he does end up losing Manaroo, he's got 2 agility and he's got 10 health. That's a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
With an evade as well. So even without being able to use Latts, that's still one
But once you lost the mind link, you got to get the mobile turret.
That Lancer is bloody manoeuvrable.
Yeah.
It's a really good ship.
Interestingly, a very fragile ship in Armada.
Yeah, but Armada's a weird game, so
Played by weirdos.
Okay, I can't argue with that. For all your Armada fixes, watch Comps Nights.
you won't see much. But
Oh,
you will
here
hear
we
the
go. He's
sultry
gone.
tones.
He's gone. He's attempted the block on.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
So I think I dial in a hard 3 to the right with Vesa.
That is.
You're not going to clear stress. Otherwise.
Yeah, Vestry's got to. I think he's got to
That's
accept that.
a ballsy play. However, I think it might be the wrong one.
Oh, he's got the barrel up. Yeah, but there we go.
Oh, yeah. I forget about the barrel. See,
Yeah,
that's
go for the block. That's the
why
key.
that's why I'm sat here talking
Yeah.
with you and not on the top table.
See that this is. I mean, this is the play I'd have gone for here. I don't want to say it because obviously the players can possibly hear us.
So
But that's a very strong play by Andy Cameron there,
blocks the
blocking the majority of stuff. So
blocks the turn.
For the slow.
what this means is, of course, that the defenders can't shoot at this turn. They can't K this turn. Against Manaroo, get away. Excellent play by Andy Cameron here,
And
getting Manaroo away with all
very
this.
unlikely to have any shot at all this turn.
Though Luke Pearce done an excellent job pursuing Manaroo while mitigating damage from chasing Fenn.
He's gone for that 3 turn.
So Luke Pearce are hoping that he gets the range 1, clipping in the backside. But it looks like it might be going slightly too wide.
Yeah.
Oh, that's out.
It's the
Oh.
right
I think
call.
it's the right call if Manaroo bugs out.
How horrible is that going to be?
Yeah.
Man,
range
well,
one,
potentially-
What's going to be interesting to see is what Fenn and Lance get up to here. But this is a big
one bank
play
on
by
Asajj
Andy Cameron here.
keeps us fairly safe.
This is very close to that board edge. It's got to be a turn. It's very close to the board edge.
It's not as close as it looks on the feed. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty safe move no matter what you do.
So
So Andy just checking his dial there to work out what action he wants. Of course, his
if he's
mobile firing
just-
arc
if
is still
just- if
pointing
he's-
left.
If he's just on a forward, he's golden.
Yeah. There's always that question: how much do you back your moves to work?
What speed K turn does the Fangs have? 4.
Yeah, they got 4 and of course the 2T roll.
So he's gone for the target lock.
Okay, he wants that kill.
So he's got to have. He's
Confident
Fenn
here
out.
he's going to get the focus off of Fenn.
Yeah.
Fenn bugging out. Probably sensible at this point.
Yeah. So he's
Yeah, I mean, he's got plenty of space there.
And this really is Andy Cameron's turn to get some damage out.
yeah.
I think this might
Can't
be
quite see
turn
the
to
side. Can he barrel roll out of? So he's going to focus. Ryad might have a shot. Or is this the time where he just palms it all into Manaroo?
Yeah. That'd be double stress onto Vestry there. Vestry's really going to struggle to clear that now.
It does look like Ryad does not have the shot on Fenn.
So Andy Cameron free reign to spend all his tokens aggressively. So we've got 2.
So that's
There,
3 hits.
3 hits into Vestry.
Oh,
And Vestry
he's
goes
off the
down.
board.
That's a big
That is
shift there.
That is a big shift.
Luke, of course, unlucky to not get Manaroo earlier this game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, he's thrown
Yeah, this is-
multiple attacks.
And,
This,
and,
this
and,
is excellent sometimes. If you can't
Oh.
finish him off and something can come back and bite him in the
and
arse.
he did what he had to do. He got it out of range when he could. When he couldn't, he made sure it's range 3 he had focus on.
You know.
He maximised that possibility. As I said, in this game, all you can do is maximise the options for your dice to go good
And sometimes
and your
a bit of
opponents
luck
to go
gets your
badly.
way.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, when it does go your way, you capitalise on it.
Yeah.
And that's what he done.
You know, he's had a bit of luck, but let's be honest, he's played. He's the last 3-4 games we've seen him play.
Spot on.
Two on stream. Two just off the side of us. He has played fantastically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
He's consistently excellent all day long. He's made very, very few mistakes, if any.
I mean, it sounds at the moment he can potentially lose Ryad. He can potentially lose Manaroo with Fenn, one turn after the other.
Yeah.
But he's still got 10-hole stress machine.
Yeah.
I'd still put my money on Asajj at
You
that
know,
point, if it comes down to that at the end.
Well, he's got an hour to put it back. I wouldn't count him out yet.
No,
so
he's
we are a
defending
little over halfway through our allotted time. Still an hour to go.
And it's only 1:30 in the morning.
Only halfway in the morning. I'm getting to that point now where I'm actually wondering, is it actually worth me bothering going back to bed, or do I just go home and play World of Tanks for 2 hours until the little one gets up? Have an afternoon nap?
I need to work out what time I've got to be at work tomorrow. That's the key. Or what time? Yeah.
So this is one of the joys of parenting. It's like, oh yeah, I don't have to worry if I'm wrecked on Sunday because Monday's my non-working day because I do a compressed work week.
Very nice.
Got to love flexible working with my employer.
Oh, and here we go. So we're going that sloop off of Manaroo.
Oh,
He's going in for the kill.
he is
Setting up an interesting next
getting the rock,
Yeah. Well, why not?
getting as
You've
close
got
as
two
he
other
can.
ships you can use to
Yeah.
go for the kill. And as long as Manaroo, I mean, at this point, MOV doesn't matter. As long as Manaroo's there with one hole left, it's such a tempting target that
Oh,
you
God,
have
yeah.
to pump shots into.
You've got to get him out. I mean,
It's one of those ones where you'll take a risk on it,
Yeah.
and you can capitalise on that risk.
Manaroo here.
Because he can't ignore it.
No.
But he's got to be careful about going all in for it.
Got Ryad here going for a 3K.
Be interested to see whether you'll see another talent roll from Fenn. He's got more than enough space to land on the board.
I think it's the.
Or failing that, to be fair, I think a hard one and boost.
Yeah. Or hard one and barrel roll.
I think the defenders are so predictable, and at this point you really see that coming to play.
When you get into this position, there's really. Sorry?
Yeah. I think maybe I would probably go for a longer K turn there.
So it's going to be interesting to see what Luke goes for here. We've seen him do some interesting things with his Ryad.
He's just opted for the focused evade.
So he's keeping himself stress-free, not wanting to pick up the double stress off of Asajj.
But then it's why a focus and evade is great. However, if you've got 3 ships continuously firing on you, it's going to whittle down.
He's got shields to play with. So the question here, I suppose, is we're going to see here. It looks to me like that might be a T-roll. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
What's
Opted for the one. Gives him the good coverage because if he goes for the, he's got to weigh up a 3, a 4, and a 5. If he goes for that one, any bank will. Any boost will take off.
T-roll's so cool.
T-roll is cool, but at this situation, does he want to be stressed?
I suppose they are trying to win the game, not look cool. Yeah. I'm still understanding why I lose this game a lot.
He's trying to look cool while we're sat here commentating. You know, it's noticing the theme.
Yeah, just a barrel into range 1.
All the stuff we find cool is really stupid.
Oh yes.
Hey, if you have fun, who cares?
If you enjoy the game, aren't we all winners in the end?
So he's out of range 2, so he's not going to get the stress.
Excellent. That's what he needed.
So, Fenn. Here comes the 5 dice. So that's 4.
4 hits on. That's not. He needed more than that. So is that a blank count?
That's Ryad's shield's gone.
All of the shields gone.
That's why I need to close this out.
So Asajj. Oh,
Just naturally
that's
rolling
3
the hits.
naturals. And is that 4 natural evades in return?
Luke getting that for evade in return.
Oh, 4 natural evades.
He needs it at this point. And then he's going to get that range to be obstructed shots. So Manaroo, yeah, Andy again getting 4 dice and a focus.
That's the thing. He's got the offensive firepower to strip the tokens, and he's relying on natural evades.
It's working.
Yes.
We're getting double hit. Andy quite vocal.
It's going to be five dice for Ryad.
But green dice do hate you.
They do. I've lost ships with better odds.
It's a lot of tokens. A lot of symbols.
So 4 evades.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah, he's fine.
But then this plays to Andy. You know, he rolls them dice.
Yeah.
And then strips it down, keeps Manaroo alive.
Yeah.
He keeps the link intact.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how he can deconflict Manaroo and Asajj here.
The question he's got now, though, it's a bit hard to see from the camera angle, but can Manaroo clear past Asajj well enough?
I think
So you
he's
might
got
just have to-
space with a hard one there.
Luke here playing with purpose, dial straight down. He knows what he wants.
There's definitely an advantage to just not second guessing yourself at this point.
Yes.
I think it's now it's a bit of a...
The crowd are going relatively wild. Seeing a couple of yawns, a couple of smiles.
We have smile, sullen, yawn.
Yeah. Kai saying something, but
It's been 18 hours, what do you expect?
Day 24 in the big eXe-Wing house. The commentators have lost the plot.
I'm not sure you've ever had it. So we've got a prediction from Liam here on Ryad's move.
Ooh. So maybe Andy's seen it as well.
I thought he
So
might have something cheeky in the pipe work there.
So I had Ryad down as doing a 3 bank to try and hunt down Manaroo.
You got to bring Manaroo in there. Yeah, strong play. That's
So
the
by chucking
deconfliction play.
Manaroo in there,
Well, that's pretty much the only move Manaroo had to actually get clear.
Well, you can run a barrel and
and it's
block
just
any of the K turns quite happily.
if he's gone for this, you
solid
might see your talent roll.
I know. I think it's
If Ryad's gone for that 3 bank,
it's a 1 turn hit shortly.
Surely, yeah, I think so. The 2 talons a bit short.
Yeah. And target locks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, barrel.
I think what you got to remember here is that Andy set that up 2 turns ago.
oh yeah.
So he's seen ahead, done the sloop, set up for the sloop, did the sloop, bowed off that, set this up.
And this is one of the bits where
Ooh, 1 bone.
if you know how to play against him, you often see the predictability, and then you know how to
Yeah.
block it up. So he still manages to make him bump. So any move there would have bumped without turning completely away.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's no evade token there from a 1
So,
bank.
so
So he's got a 1
left
forward there.
tokenless.
So
Yeah,
that
there are
pretty
times
much
where that-
looks like he's going to be stressed again.
So there are times when that
Calling
one
it
bank
2
can
talent
be
One turn.
hard one.
Yeah, hard 1 turn. And that's why Liam places bottom of the table. we love you, Liam.
He does run some good
See, this is the thing though. When you have pundits, you have the knowledgeable one, you have the charismatic one. I am neither.
I'll take the knowledgeable one there because I've seen my face.
So it's going to be Luke Pearce needing some spectacular naked greens.
I think a miracle is the term you're looking for.
But
5 dice target lock.
spirits are high. Luke's smiling,
That might just be fatigue talking.
and he's got his focus on making sure he doesn't. But this is again, he's got to focus on making sure he doesn't slacken off, even now. So yeah, the Asajj stress comes in there. So Fenn shot. It's a lot of symbols. That's
That is
five hits. So that's going to be something. And we see the handshake come in. That's game. Ryad pops. And good game, that.
Excellent flying from both parties.
Yeah, and Andy Cameron really working hard to keep Manaroo alive. Some excellent plays there. And the way it's moved around that asteroid there, to get the blocks in, everything, fantastic.
Yeah,
last few rounds
that was. So there you have it. So Palpatine wins the regional, which means that and in time as well. And that also means that because you heard it on the interview, it was recorded, it is going on the internet, that he will be running Vader and a TIE Swarm at Yavin. So yeah, you can play around and happily do him over.
Bring your crack shot assault missiles, guys. It's going to be fun.
So commiserations to Luke. We'll get Luke over in a second. Just have a quick interview. Let Andy pack up, and then we will bid you good night. So bear with us for 2 seconds, Luke. Come take a seat, mate. Come take a seat.
Solid. When talking to you about that far away.
Lucky, mate. Cheers. So we are joined by the. Oh no. Oh. Okay, no.
God, the music is. You've done it the whole day.
Okay, so we had to do this interview over some music. So congratulations again to the final, mate. Commiserations. You have had to knock out a very good friend in the semis, which will go up on YouTube soon. So on a scale of 1 to 10, bearing in mind that we've been told we're not allowed to swear, how much do you hate Manaroo right now?
I've always hated Manaroo.
So
yeah, pretty much 10.
So it's one of those. It was that turn of not being able to get that one extra damage through and some crazy dice rolls.
We thought she was going to go down about 5 turns early, and I'm sure you hope for the same.
I would have concentrated on Fenn if she'd have gone down.
Yeah, it was interesting. You switched hits at one point, didn't you? And took the range one shot. But I've got to say, there was a couple of 2 forwards there with a barrel roll back. That was cracking. That was excellent. Really stopping Fenn getting those shots off. That's we were saying all along you're doing excellent plays that we weren't thinking of, and I'm sure other players weren't thinking of. But it was excellent to watch that.
Well, it's 1:45 at night.
I know we won't keep you too long, but so what are your thoughts on playing 10 games in a day?
It's mind blowing. I'm sure I'll be going home with a headache.
But runner up, mate.
Yeah.
So we'll let you pack up so you can get going. But well done.
Thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure watching you play. You're going to be at Yavin?
I will be at Yavin.
Happy days. So I'll see you in a few weeks' time.
Brilliant. Thank
So
you.
only 3 weeks. So go and get yourself some rest.
Best of luck. And
So the Kirton game guys are looking at us funny. So I think they want their equipment back. So we're going to finish the Bristol hijacking of the Kirton Games Twitch stream.
Bristol!
And Bristol represent. Yeah, boy.
Where are you from? Gable. Not Bristol then.
Not Bristol.
Anyone in the cup?
He's not the. Quarter of the cut of Bristol, mate.
there's some
Quarter of the cup. Wherever the winner was from.
there's some
closer to Devon, really.
there's some guy called Tim chatting to us, but he's not talking into the mic, so
He's got a very loud voice. Don't worry.
So
he's doing a good job though.
we will bid you all
Bristol
good night, and thank you very much for watching. Curtain Games.
Go to the
Will,
Nationals! Woo!
he lost. These stream videos will be going up on YouTube on the Curtain Games YouTube channel. There'll be some of the cuts. Games will also be going up on Gaming Hall channel as well. So keep an eye on the Star Wars UK and Ireland and a little bit wider. Hey, that's my fish stroke group for some links when they go up. And good night. And that is us out.
Yeah, cheers for listening, guys. We'll see you soon.
Take care.